looking more professional, more feasible, clearer than this. The for two is just the way you look when you wake up from the bed most times. Most of us will not go to work or go to a party the same way you wake up, the way you wake up from the bed. So this is report one. I think it looks better. What's good about it? You can say the font is a little bit, the appearance is better, kind of. The font is a little bit better. The color is not bad. It's black. It's black with the black font, with black font. So color is better too. You can see the lines are there, the borders are there, so making the data set to be very clear. If you look at this, most of those things are missing here. Most of these are missing on the second sheet. The lines are not there. The ones that are there are just the grid lines. It's not so visible. The lines that are there are just the follow column. Like I said the other time, it's not the follow column. And who can tell me, will this show on your printed paper or your printed paper? These lines are showing. The ones that are showing here, will these lines show on the printed paper? If you print, will these lines show? Are you sure? I'm sure it's not show. This will show, but this will not show. Are you guessing, or you are trying to whine, or you are trying to whine? Are you trying to whine me, or you're not whining me? This will not show. Okay, I think it's not going to show. True, except you configure it to show. But ordinarily, these lines are called grid lines. They will not show. In fact, maybe I should even go and show you what Excel will print. Let me go to print. Okay, it's showing because it has been set to show. But ordinarily, it will not show. It's not going to show. It's because somebody has gone to probably sheet and say print grid lines. But ordinarily, default settings, grid lines is not always activated by default. So this is what you're going to see. So I don't know how many of you have tried to print and the lines are not showing. So that's what happened. No, because probably you use the grid lines. But with this now, this must show. And even when this is showing, you realize that it's just like broken lines, not a real line that's showing. It's broken line that will be showing. So to really see your data clearly is advisable you put the border yourself. So all of this, what are you going to do? You know what to do. Most of us, you know what to do. Just do Control A, select your data. It's always good to select your data. Select your data, then go ahead to apply whatever you want to apply. Like you want to put, change the font type. Yes, some organizations have their font type. Like, so who can give us examples of what obtains the organization? What do you use? In some places, Times New Roman. Yeah, let me have more examples from the online audience, especially. Because I think I have the attention of all the physical audience, but the online not being good. Yes, what fonts do you use in organization? Yes, many organizations, they don't care, but many organizations, they have what they use. Cambria, okay. Times New Roman, Old Man Book Style, Cambria. Even some people, Calibri. Calibri is not so. One of us say Calibri is ugly, but in some places it's Calibri. It's Calibri. Okay. The Calibri is always the default. Yes, Calibri is always the default in most cases. But many organizations, they have what they use, the standard. So when you are presenting the report, this is what you must use. Okay, so whatever is obtained organization, supersede whatever is tell you here. So just pick whatever. Let me pick Times New Roman. Let me pick Times New Roman. In most cases, for many of those fonts, 12 will not, you'll not be wrong with 12. Can you see? I've changed the font to 12. In most cases, too, you won't go wrong with black. Black is beautiful. Some of us will tell you that. You won't go wrong with black. Okay, and you can continue like that. I also said something about the border, the lines. These lines are fake lines. There's anything like that. These lines are fake lines. They might not show when you are printing. And even when they are showing, it will be broken lines. So how do you put the real lines? Go and put the border. There's a border. Go to border, click on the drop down beside it. You will see all borders if that's what you want. Okay, can you see that? So can continue. For example, somebody can say, okay, I want maybe the heading to be at the center. So go and change the alignment. Go and change the alignment. Somebody can say, I want the heading to be bold. Go and make it bold. None and none like that. You understand, everybody? Thank you. Online, do you understand? I'm trying to carry online audience because I'm seeing the physical audience, I'm seeing their faces.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, I can see a chat. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, but where we are now going is how to create, because I know most of you will know this, how you can create style, how you can make this, like automate this editing. Instead of you coming every time and do all of this, when you are done with your report, you select, put the font type, put the font size, put the color, and all of that. You don't want to be doing that all over and over again. You can create what we call style. Style is like a collection, is like is it a collection, yes, or a set of formatting. You understand? A set, a pre-configured set. So that instead of every time I need to do a report, I just come and I will do font type, do font size, do font color, put a border. Instead of that, I can have a style that I can just click on and everything will change. I think you should like that. That I can have a pre-configured set. I can have a set of formatting that anytime I need it, I will just go and click on it and everything will change. So that's it. That's in style. We also have theme. I will not go into that for now. But we have style. Okay, we're going to learn how to create, but we have ready-made style. Are you with me? We have ready-made styles. If you go to self styles, these are styles. These are styles. But most of these styles may not be, you will not like most of these styles. Let me give you samples of, go to styles, go and, bad, this is bad. Maybe I should use this one. It's called bad. I think it looks bad actually. Will you want to put your report? Would you like to send a report like this? It's actually looking like its name. It's a bad style. So it's looking likewise. But if you observe that the font color has changed, the background color has changed, the what has changed again. I think there's a border, it added border to it. So border has changed to what again? Font type, font color, font size, everything has changed. Can you hear me clearly now? I think you should be able to hear me clearly. Now, we're talking about styles, we're talking about formatting, and we said we have a set of formatting, a, a combination of formatting, and that's what we call self styles. Self styles is a pre-configured set of formatting. So instead of you changing the font color, font size, font this, font that, can just use a style that's going to apply everything in it at once. But we're just saying, okay, let's look at the pre-configured ones, okay, the ready-made ones. But most of them may not really give you what you want. Most likely, most of them will not give you what you want. But in case you are lucky that maybe one is close, you can make changes. Are you with me? Where I'm actually going is how you can create your own. But let's start with how you can make use of what we have on ground, or how you can make changes to it. If you have any that is, okay, please look at it. Do you have any that is, just try. Do you have any that is close to what you need or what you want? You have any that is close? You have any that is close? Okay, if you have any that is close, fine. You can go and modify it. But if I were you, I don't advise modification. I advise duplicate. Do you understand? Because when you have modified, you have changed the destiny of that style. That means you have changed it. Do you understand? So I advise you duplicate. So it is the duplicate now that you now will do what? You now modify. So the original is still intact. Do you understand? So you can modify. What I want to say modify, you click on modify and go and make changes to whatever you want to make changes to. You understand better why when you are creating ours now. So because I don't even want you to modify. You understand? But I'm just saying that it's possible for you to. I'm saying most of what you have here may not be close to what you need, but it's also possible that one of few of these is close to what you need, and you can actually modify. And I'm saying don't you also modify, duplicate and modify it. Okay, let's see how we can create our own style. Yes, that's the aim. How we can create our own style. What you can do is to create your own style. Another thing is to format a particular set of data and save what you have done as a style. Did you get that? Let me say that again. We want to learn how to create our style. Because that's where we should be. That's where we should be focusing on, heading to. if you, most of the pre-configured ones may not be relevant to you. So it should be, you know how to create your own. I'm not saying that how can you create, what should you do? You can go ahead and say and create it outrightly, or format an existing file and save what you have done as a style. Do you understand? Like, I'm going to format this now and save what I've done. So that next time when I come, I don't need to go over, I don't need to do the same again. Or when I go to another sheet, I don't need to do the same again. Do you understand? Okay, let me do what I did the other time. I said, okay, this, let's do times the Roman, let's do 12. Let's put a border around it. Let's just stop now. Let us stop now. Okay, I can now save all I've done here. Do you understand? I can save all I've done as a style. How? I will select. I'm sure you know how to select. Click in between your data and press Ctrl A. That selects your data. Do you understand? Anytime you want to select a data set, you want to select the data you are working with, just click inside. Don't click outside. Click inside and press Ctrl A. So select and go to cell style and go and save all what you have done, the formatting, this setting. This setting. Can save the setting. How will you save the setting? Go to cell style and click on new cell style. Have you done that? So example, we capture all the settings. Except we capture all the settings. I play the piano a little. I know people can save settings. You can set your piano some things and save the setting. I don't know which device can also set settings like that. Let's say maybe your computer too. Maybe it's possible you can save the settings of your computer. That when you show that, when you put your computer on now, it's going to go back to where you left it. Do you understand? So that's what we are doing here now. That's all what we have done here now. Let's assume that this is the way your report should look like. I can save this. I'm not saving this data. I'm saving this format. And what's the format? Font type, Times New Roman. Font size, 12. Font color, black. Border, all border. Do you understand? So I can just go to cell style and click on new cell style. I'll give it a name. Let me give it reports, or let me say myself. We just be creative about it. Somebody will say my style. Somebody will say my style. You know, maybe I should know that. Okay, somebody will say my style is creative about the name of the style. Somebody will say my report style. Somebody will say my what again? My style. Somebody will say report style 1 and so on. So let me just do report format. Let me name this style report format. Report format. Okay, it's possible that how many of us were having all these boxes checked? For some of us, some of these boxes will not be checked. Like, yes, like which of them? So whatever is not checked will not be part of that recording, will not be part of that setting you are recording. You are saving. You understand? So, for example, now, if font is not checked now, that means by the time I save it, the Times New Roman and all of that will not be there. Do you understand? So check what you have here. Whichever is not checked and you are interested in it, please check them. And if you want to add more, you can actually go to format and go and add more. You understand? For example, okay, don't let me go there, but for example, if I want to add bold to it, it's not, this one is not bold. If I want to add bold to it, I can go to format and go and add bold to it. If I want to add other effect to that, we can go ahead to format and add other effect. But let's leave it like this. Let's click OK. Everybody click. Oh, we are saying this report, this exists. So let me use another report format 2. Let me put report format 2 and click OK. Everybody, have you given a name? Have you created a cell style? Okay, let's go and confirm if the cell style has been created. So I can go to cell style, and I'm having what? Report format. Can you see it's there now? It has been added. Oh, this report format. This report format 2. Report format 2. Okay, so how do I use that style anytime I need it? Okay, you can, if you look at the second sheet, realize that it's looking different a bit. So let's try to apply report format 2 to this. What are we going to do? We'll just go to cell style and click on what? Report format 2. Is it showing like this? Let me undo. This was what we had before. I mean, let me now apply what we just created. And that has changed. That's changed. The only challenge now is that also if I create another sheet, will it be available? Yeah, it's going to be available. The only bad thing about this is that when you go to another file, it's not going to be available there. For example, now if I come here now, is there a report? Oh, okay, let me create another file. I've not shared it, but the physical audience can see that the report style is not there. Page style is not there. The format is not showing.
For this file style that we created,
yes.
Is it possible for one to get it?
Yes, you can edit it. Can you edit? Can you make changes to an existing style? Yes. How? Just go to the style, right click on it, and do what? Modify. Go on modify. You understand? And click on modify and go and modify whatever you want to modify. Do you have any question? Let's move on. Do you have any question? The major question to you is, if I close this file, can I use can I reduce that style in another file? And I've answered it, you cannot. So what should you do? What can you do? I'm going to be sharing, let me share another file. Let me share how Excel handles what to type. If I go there, most likely there is no report style. Can you see there's no report style? Report format, one we created just now. It's not showing yet. So if I need this now, should I go ahead and create it again? Or what I need to do is to open where my style is. If you don't open it, it's not going to be available for you to use it. But you open it, then you go to cell style, then scroll down. Where are you? Scroll down to merge style. Just a minute. So scroll down to merge style. I need that report format in this file. I won't see it just like that. What will I do? I will open the spreadsheet that contains the style I've created. If it's not opened, you will not see it. You must not see it. Okay? But when you have opened it, when you now click on merge styles, what will you see? You see the file, you see all your open files, like that style is in data formatting. So I'll click on data formatting and click on OK. You want to merge the styles, I say yes. And what will happen if I go back? Is my report format showing? It's not showing. So it's not available for me. So if I want to apply report format to this, let's say to which now, maybe to this, I can easily do that. I'll just come here and apply report format. Can you see? Is it working? Yes, online participants. Let me hear from you. Do you understand the concept of cell styles? We are looking at data formatting. How you can make your data to look more presentable, more professional. And it depends on what you want to do. Okay, you can go to any length. Don't just overdo it. You know, because when it's too much, when it's simple, it's more professional to be simple than to when it's too much colorful. Most likely it might not be professional. But whatever you want to do, you can save it as a style so that you don't need to be going over it all over and over again all that time. How can you do that? You can do that by saving as a start. So do you understand the concept of a self-start? Yes, let me hear from the online participants. You can use a chat box as well. Yes, we are going to move very faster now. Yes, let me hear from you. You can also use a chat box. Yes, waiting. Time is not our friend today. Okay. Yes, at least somebody should represent the online participants and let us know if.
Go ahead, sir. We are following,
Yes, you are okay. You are
following.
fine. I guess you are
Yes, sir.
fine. Okay.
Absolutely on point, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's move to conditional formatting. Let's move to conditional formatting. So you can open the next sheet, conditional formatting. Conditional formatting. You know, the one we are just we've been doing, it's not, there's no conditional attached. By the time you apply the formatting, everything will just appear the way you want it to appear. But this time, we're talking about conditional formatting. What that means is that the formatting will only take effect if the data has satisfied the condition. It's only the data set that satisfies the condition that the formatting will affect. You understand? I don't know if they still do that. When we were younger, when you go to school, your grade would determine the kind of pen, the kind of ink that we use to write your scores. I doubt if they still do that anymore. You know, red, blue, red, especially red and blue. You know, when there are some kinds of score that you are going to get, and everything will be red, and you cannot tell your parents that it's that's what my teacher loves red color. You know, even if your parent is illiterate, he knows that. He doesn't even need to understand that data. He doesn't need to understand, doesn't need to go to school. You know that red means what? Red means fail. You understand? He knows blue means what? Pass. So the same way, you know, you want to make your data to be easy to interpret. The truth is that numbers can be difficult to interpret sometimes. Are you with me? Numbers can be easily difficult to interpret for some people. So everybody that love numbers. You understand? So you can make your numbers to be easier to understand. For example, let's assume that we're talking about we're into sales. Are you with me? Let's say we're into sales. And I want my boss to easily understand, to even to interpret that sales is low for this month. This is low for this outlet. Sales is low for this states. I can decide, okay, anything that should mean low. You know, we all have our targets and KPIs. Some companies, 1 billion naira is a breakthrough, is a lot of money. Some companies, 100 billion naira is nothing. So maybe in our company now, 50 billion is a lot of, is just 50 billion naira is just there. So I can format such that any sale below 50 billion will appear red. So when my boss sees red, he knows what? He knows the sale is not good. Doesn't even need to see the number. When he sees red, he knows the sale is not good. Or I'm collecting debt. Let's say I work in the bank and we have a lot of loans. I can make loans to appear red. I can make loans that are not performing to appear red. And I'm not the one applying red. You know, somebody will think that maybe I'm going to be doing that manually. I'm going to click on this cell and they'll make it red. I'll just put a rule. I will select all the data. Those that should appear red will appear what? Red. And those that should appear green or blue will appear green. You understand? That's what conditional formatting is all about. Conditional formatting. Formatting based on condition. You just set a condition and those that should appear red. It's like when we're in school too. When there's some scores that you're going to score and you're going to have A1. You're going to have A. There's some score that you're going to score, you're going to have F. So you're going to be putting F, A, and so on and so forth. So you just set the condition. And those that should appear, of course, if we're not talking about text this time, that's from last week. We're just saying that you can also have more than one condition. It's not only good and bad. It can be good, very good, average, bad, or poor, very poor. You understand? So we can have things like that. We can have formatting like that. Not really formulas showing that, but formatting. That we just apply the formatting and those that should appear differently will appear. So you want to make your worksheet to be easier to interpret. Conditional formatting is one of the ways to go. Conditional formatting also enables you to apply cells selectively. But all of this automatically. Not what I'm saying is not manually. It's not as if you're going to be appear, when you say this cell is blue, okay, this one is depth, you have to put red. This one is no. Everything automatically. Everything we're talking about will be automatic. Okay, let's start. Let's move to the next sheet. Let's use the sales data. Let me just use the sales data. So go to sales data. Let's use sales data. I think most of us they like money. I don't like money, but I understand that most of us we like money, especially in dollars. So let's use this data set that has to do with money and in dollars. Okay, so this October, let's just assume that let's say this is totals. Let's assume that maybe this is totals for the quarter or something like that. So we have this. So how easy will it be to know which of these salespersons that are doing that is doing fine or not? How easy? How many of our salesperson let's assume that our target is $15,000. You can tell us in 1 second or in 2 seconds how many of our salesperson met the target. Yes, like one. Are you sure? You're even very wrong. Are you counting? I said 1 second or 2 seconds or in 5 seconds. Can you tell me how many of our in 5 seconds? Can you tell me how many of our salesperson met the target? Well, let's say $15,000. Can you tell me in 5 seconds? It will take time. Now imagine us having, let's say, 100 salespersons, 1,000 salespersons. It will take a long time trying to figure out who met the target, who did not meet the target. But can you imagine those that did not meet the target appearing in red? Are you with me? Those that met the target and above appearing blue. And those that don't meet the target appearing red. Is it going to be easy to know what's happening in that data, to understand the data set? I think so. Okay, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? A conditional formatting is formatting, either conditional or non conditional. Formatting is formatting. Formatting is formatting. So the first thing you are going to do when you are applying conditional formatting is to select. You understand? When you are formatting, the first step is to select. When the time comes, I will tell you when not to select. You understand? But when you are formatting, the first thing to do is to select. So conditional formatting is not an exception. So you select. So please select the October range. I said let's assume that this our October data is the total. Let's assume that's total. Okay, so select the data. Then go to conditional formatting. Go to conditional formatting. You will see highlight cell rules. We have different kinds of conditional formatting. We have highlight cell rules. We have top and bottom rules. We have data bars. We have color scales. We have. Let me briefly explain that. Most of them are self-explanatory, but let me briefly explain. When I say highlight cell rule, that is highlight whatever meets this condition. Paint it with this color. Of course, we have many conditions we are going to go to. We have top and bottom rules. I want the top 10. How many of you have done something like that before? You want the top 2 performers, the top 5 performers. How are you going to do that? How do you always do it? Most of you will sort first, Abby, or maybe you filter first and all of that. You now start. You can just say, Excel, I need the top 10 performer. I don't want to scatter this data set. Just paint or mark the top 10 performers. Or amongst this about 100 salesperson, make them to be black. And Excel will do that for you. Or want to sack the bottom performers, the poor performers. So say bottom 2, bottom 10%. I want to do that for you. So that's top and bottom rules. Okay, we have data bars. Okay, we're going to get there. Let's start with the highlight cell rules. So I can say Excel highlights cells that are greater than, can see less than, can see between, whatever is relevant to you. Let's start with greater than. Highlight cells greater than. Okay, let's even say our target is $20,000. Okay, so who met the target? What people that met the target? Greater than what? 20,000. The default color is red, but because what we are doing is blue, I think when you are meeting the target, that's a good thing. So red will be a wrong, not be a good color to use. So maybe we use green or any other color you want to use. But I think black will not be a good one to use. Will not be even yellow too. I think something like green, something blue will be better. Yellow will be like average. Yellow is between the green and the blue and the red. Okay, so I like cell rules greater than 20,000. 1, 2, 3. What? Green. Of course, you are the one working. So, I've clicked OK. So you then click OK. What do you observe? Those data sets that met the targets, that met that condition as they are now appearing green. Do you understand? It has been green, yes. Most times when you are looking out for those that are performing very well, you're also looking out for those that are not performing. So you can go back and say, we want Excel to highlight cells that are cells that contains data less than, let's say, even if you don't meet the target, at least there's a baseline. Don't do that. That was too bad now. Let's say 10,000. Don't do less than $10,000. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, if you are doing less than $10,000, that's unacceptable. Should be sacked. So we want to view those ones. Okay, I think red is fine for this set of people. So can you say at a glance, in how many seconds? So if I tell you now that how many people are doing very well now, how many seconds will it take you? It didn't take you 2 seconds. How many seconds will it take you to know those that are doing well? Very, very, very easy for you to, especially if you are doing a presentation. It's very easy for your audience to be able to see what we are talking about. Yeah, you can see those that are doing very well, very great. In fact, without even explaining to them, but I'm submitting this to my boss now, without even explaining to him. When he sees red, he knows most likely these ones are not doing very well. When he sees green, it's most likely these ones are doing very well. Okay. What of if you want to make changes to that, to the rule? Give an example of a change you want to make to the rule. Give an example of a change you want to make to the rule. Okay, let me give you an example, and if you have any, you tell me. Most cases, you don't have greater than or less than. Most cases, you always have greater than or equal to. It's always 20,000 and above target. It's not always greater than 20. When you say the target is $50,000, most likely you are saying $50,000 and above. They don't say target is above 50,000. As it is now, anybody that scored 20,000 will still be sacked. Will still not be promoted. Okay, you are saying 40 and below. Anyway, it depends on what you are doing. But understand that a lot of times your condition will always be greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. But what we saw here now is greater than, less than. So, and it can also be any change. Can increase our target. Our target was $20,000. We want to increase it to $10,000. You understand? Your rule can change at any time. So how do you make changes to the rule that you have set? Who can guess what you are going to do? You just go to manage rules. Go to conditional formatting and click on manage rules. All the conditional formatting will be listed. Let me do that again. What do you want to do? You want to make changes to your rule. You want to make adjustments to your rule. What do you do? Go back to that same place. Of course, with your data sets selected, highlighted, go to conditional formatting, click on manage rules. Then click on what you want to change. Click on it and click on what? Edit rule. Select the rule and click on edit rule. I think it makes sense. And then, for example, what do you want to do? You want to change that rule to format cells based on value. Okay, it's less than. I think I made the mistake of clicking what I'm not supposed to click. So it's I think you should see this. So you just change it to less than or equal to. It was on less than before. I want to do less than or equal to. I can now click OK. And click OK. Apply OK. And if I'm changing the number, let's say I want to take it up. I want to increase the, how would I put it down? I want to raise the bar. Yes, I want to raise the bar now. Okay, if you make anything less than 15,000, you'll be sacked. That's a poor performance. So I can come in now and add $15,000 and click OK. Let's click apply. Okay. And see everybody's going. You can see all the 13,000, they are all in red now. Not only 10,000, not only numbers below 10,000. You understand? Do you understand? And of course, you have some of us use this. I use this a lot. Duplicate values. But I want to, sometimes you just want to know if they are duplicate values. This is one of the ways, easiest way to do. Just select and say, Excel, I like duplicate values. So if you want to like duplicate values, you understand? Sometimes you have a list. Maybe you are combining lists from different sources, but you want unique values. You don't want you are not so sure that there are no repetitions. You want to be sure that you want to know if there are repetitions. Just select and come here and say, I like duplicate values. And if there are duplicate values, if there are duplicate account numbers, you have account numbers, a list of account numbers. I mean, should we pay him twice? Because we are sending this money to the bank. I don't go and pay the person twice. So should we pay the person twice to avoid that? I can select the cell, the row, the column, and tell Excel, I like cell rules, I like duplicate values. So if there is duplicate values, Excel will highlight it. Do you understand? So when I see the red, I know it's a duplicate value. I can remove it. Do you understand? Okay. There is top and bottom rule. I want to run now because of our time. How can you remove it? Remove all those what we have done. Clear rules. Clear rules. Either from the selected cells, or somebody can say, okay, I want to clear everything from this sheet. Every conditional formatting I've added. Okay, but let me use selected, so that's it. Let me quickly go back. Can see top and bottom rules. I want to allow the top 10. Anything you see here can mean any number. Do you understand? So you can change the 10 to 5. For example, okay, let me do top 10 now. I can change this to what? I can change the top 5. Of course, the top 5 should not be in red. Maybe a better color. Maybe green or something. It's not compulsory to use green. There are other colors. You can go to custom format and pick any color of choice. But what I'm particular about now is the fact that the 10 that you are saying is not really, you are not tied to 10. It can be any number. All this bottom, top 10%, can change the 10 to top 2, top 5, top 20, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure you know the difference between top 10 and top 10%. Top 10 and top 10%. Yes. If you have 20 items, 20 staff in this place now, what's top 10? What's top 10%? Top 10% is what? Did you study maths? That was fast. Top 10% is what? 2. Okay, online. What's top 10? We have 20 staff in this place. We have 20 staff in our organization. What's the top 10 staff? How many staff will be top 10 staff? That'll be top 10. That'll actually be top 10. That'll be 10. So it's not the same. That's where I'm going. That top 10 and top 10% is not the same. We also have bottom 10, bottom 10%, average, above average, below average. Let me run to data bars. Sometimes you have, how many of us work in companies that we have more than 100 staff, more than 500 staff? Yes, let's do it. Let's have a pool. Let's raise up our hand. Your organization, you have more than 100 staff, more than 200 staff, more than 500, more than 700. Should I stop? More than 1,000. Yes, online. I hope we are online. I hope we are really online. Yes, we have, or you have below. Okay, when you even have many staff, I think we still do appraisal. We still do appraisals. I think most organizations do appraisals. Everybody will do appraisal. Abi, many organizations, many people, everybody does appraisal. Maybe your KPIs will be different, the metrics will be different. Everybody will do appraisal, everybody, including the MD. Including the MD, everybody will do appraisal. Most of these public, all these PLCs, everybody will do appraisal. You understand? Everybody will do appraisal. Okay, if we want to use something graphical to represent the appraisal score, are you with me? If we put, let's say we have 100, if we have 10 staff, I think that's easy for us to represent on the chart. I mean, we put 10 people, maybe on a bar chart, on a column chart, we have 10 bars, 10 vertical bars. It still makes sense, Abi? So if you now have 100 staff, how would that look on the chart? 100, or maybe 200, or maybe 500. We want to use a graph, we want to use a chart to represent the performance of our staff. But in our own case, we have 200, we have 300. How would that look on the graph? Or our distributors. Maybe Guinness, I work in Guinness now, like, or Dangote Cement. Like how many distributor Dangote Cement? So their sales, their purchases, want to use a graph, a chart to represent them. How would that look like? To look how? It will look clumsy. It will look voluminous. Borrow me another English. Kumbaso. Okay, maybe I think it's more voluminous. It will look voluminous, look clumsy. Because we're going to have many. You understand? But if you must use, let's say for whatever reason, and I think it's for a good reason, it's always good to use something graphical to represent numbers. It's not everybody that can understand numbers. As simple as number can be, it's not everybody that understand numbers. Especially when you are making presentation. When you are making presentation, even the screen, it's not, maybe it's far from your people and they cannot really make sense of numbers, but they can see the bar. And say, okay, this bar is long, this one is short, so this one is doing well, this one is not doing well. And if you now put them on like a good example I always use is the banks. I'm not so sure, I've never been to a board meeting of the top exchange bank, but I'm sure most of the banks, there are meetings that maybe in South, they look at, okay, all the branches in South. Not just all our branches in Lagos. Maybe Lagos, like whether Lagos, that's not have a lot of branch, but all the other states, so most of those other states, you see maybe just three branches, 4 branches. So a lot of times, most likely they are going to have meetings, they're going to have levels where they're talking about maybe it's a geopolitical zone. Maybe all our branches in the South, they'll be discussing their performance. Maybe in some places, they will be discussing what's happening in all our branches. I'm telling you, at a meeting, all the branches in the country, a Zenith Bank now, maybe like 400 branches will want to see what's happening in all the branches. So that kind of performance now, we cannot just go and put all the branches in one chart to look clumsy. People will not really understand what you are doing. But a good solution is conditional formatting. So I can come here now, select, then go to conditional formatting and go and put data bar of my choice. It's not really showing very well, but I can increase this color. Can you see? Is it showing? Somehow is it showing? Is it visible that some performances are not so good? Some bars are not short, some bars are tall. Okay, let me undo that. What are we doing? We're not saying for every data. Maybe this is like 20. Maybe if you put it on the column chart, maybe it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Usually by chart, it's going to make sense. We're talking about maybe 100. But I have to show 100 data sets, 100, 200. I want to make it graphical so that people will understand better. Definitely, if you use a chart, there's no chart you want to use that. It's not going to come. Except you now put a section. But for that, you want everything to still be in one piece. I want something pictorial to represent it. Data bar, conditional formatting data bar will be a good option. And what are you going to do? You select the data. Then you go to conditional formatting. You click on data bars and put the color. Of course, in some industries, color is very important. So color is a big deal. I mean, can you be in Zenith Bank? I'm using blue. I'm using blue. Or you are in UB, I'm using green. So use a color that is You understand? Color of your brand. But in some places, color is not a big deal. But banks, of course, color is a big deal. So use a color that you prefer. And if it's now not showing very well, not so visible, I can increase the width of that row. I think it's more visible now. Somebody will even say, we are not interested in the numbers. I can remove the numbers. Or I can even duplicate this column. So that on one column, I have the numbers. On another column, I have just this bars. Do you understand? Do you understand? I can duplicate this column. So I have this. I have this as a number. And I'll just go to conditional formatting and then do data bar. Put data bar. But I will remove the numbers here so that I want to remove the numbers. Okay. So I can go to conditional formatting, go to manage rules, or go to data bar, go to more rules, and tell Excel show bar only. And I can change the color at any time. I click OK. Because the bar is not really showing very well here, I can increase the width. So everybody can see the performance. Do you understand? Are we seeing the performance better now? Can we understand the performance better now? I think so. It's showing graphically we are able to see. And can see those are this tall, this guy is doing well. So who is that guy? We're going to find out, guys. This bar is very, very short. Who is the owner? Who's the owner of that bar? Okay, so that's conditional formatting. I would like to show one more before we move to something else. I want to move to something else, and that's you have HR people here. You have HR people. You have HR online. Do you have HR? Any HR person online? HR person online. We try to remember HR person. HR. Okay, we're trying to remember. Okay, you will like this icon set. You will like these color schemes. Time will not permit me because we have more challenging things to talk about. I don't know many of you. We have stuff like I don't know how many of you have seen agent analysis before. That when people come, when we employ people, especially maybe in government circles or some other circles, we employ them as a 25-year-old, and as so they are green, they are fresh, Abby. They are fresh, Abby. As they move towards their retirement, how will they be looking? Is it fresher or older? Okay, let me not go there. But what they do is that, what some people do is that they do a report such that as they are getting closer to their retirement, something is showing, the color is changing from whatever color they pick, maybe from yellow or from green to red. You are not interested in that. Let move forward. Let move forward. Let's do icon set. It's also good for HR and many other people too. Icon set. Icon set. I can use icon instead of those colors that we were using the other time. I can use icon set. Look at this. Look at this icon. Look at this icon. You can see this green. This should do well for good performance, Abby. Green is important for that means the person is doing well. That yellow is what? It's like average. And the red is what? Look at those icons. This is looking like in this case we have like three levels. This case, like we have 4 in our own company, we have 4. We have 5. This is excellent. This is very good, or maybe let's say this is very good. This is good. This is average. This is poor. This is very poor. And we have this. We have this indicator. Can you see this indicator? Promoted. Probation. That's caution. Probation. And what? So sacked. Can you see this one? Employed. Waiting list. Denied. You just pick any indicator that meets your whatever you are doing. Okay, which one do you prefer? I think I like this. I always like this. Let me use this. Let me show you how to use this. But the same way we're going to use the same process, but let's just use it as a case study. So let me use this. What do you observe? Excel has applied, when we look at it, it makes sense that I think anything $10, what Excel actually does is that depending on the number of accounts that we have in a particular, it's going to divide into that number. For example, it has divided this into 3 levels or 3 sections. The top, it now divided into 3. So that's top 33%. Are you with me? Top 33% will be green, the middle 33% will be yellow, and the bottom 20% will be red. You understand? That's what Excel did. You understand? So you can see that around, I think around $10,000. You can see $10,000 is still, even $11,000 is still red. I think around 13 is yellow. And I think around maybe 16, 18 is green. But you cannot put your own criteria. For example, for you to be promoted in an organization, yes. Okay, online. Okay, online, Ngozi. I hope I'm pronouncing the right way. I hope you are not going to. You are not going to sue me for pronouncing it, for spelling your name on the Saturday. Yes, Mr. Yinika is responding. Tosin, are you there? Are you still there? I'm also watching my time. That's why. Tosin, are you there? Yeah, just say hi to us.
I am on the road. I'm here, but I am driving. That's why I can't type. I can't. But I'm listening. Thank you.
How's it going? Hope you are learning.
I'll watch the video. Once I get my destination, I'll fully involved.
Okay, I just hope you are going to watch the video. I just hope you are going to keep your promise and watch the video.
Yes, I will.
Please do.
Yes, thank
you for following all the same. Yes, Ngozi. I just want to use my language to pronounce that name. Yes, Ngozi, ladies first. So let's start with ladies.
Good morning, I'm following.
Okay, thank you. Hope you are learning. I can guess where you are learning.
Yes, I'm learning.
I said I can guess where you are following from, but that's fine.
Oh.
Olayinka Lawal, how's it going?
I'm following.
Okay, well done, thank you. Olayinka Lawal, how's it going?
Well, not bad. I mean, it's fine.
Bad.
It's good. It's okay.
Kind of. What is bad? Because they said not bad. That means, yeah. If you have any challenge, just let us. Because you have any.
Absolutely. I will come back to you if I have any challenges. I'll let you know.
Okay. So it's all right then.
All right. Thank you.
I'm seeing iPhone. iPhone. Now the owner of the only iPhone on this call. If you don't mind, say hi to us. How you doing? Hope you are following. How's it going? Okay, please feel free to interject. As you know, the physical audience, I don't have serious challenge. I can look at their faces and know if they have any challenge. But please, online participant, please let's engage me. I'm more focused. I'm more focused on the time, so I'm watching my time. I'm trying to focus. We have a lot of things to do. So, but please, if you have any challenge or we need more clarification, just feel free to interject at any time. I'll stop the class for you. I'm looking at the faces of all the physical audience. We can easily know when they are not following. But please feel free to interject. Let's move on. I said, lastly, we are on the icon set that Excel will just apply the icons, but you can make changes to the rule. For example, somebody even made $18,000, and Excel said you are promoted. You can say, okay, the baseline is $20,000. For you to get promoted, you have to $10,000. Somebody made $13,000 and is on probation. Are you with me? You can say anybody that make anything less than $2,000 is sacked For you to be in probation, you have to be between less than 20,000, less than 15. Are you listening? Look up everybody. $18,000 is still promoted. It's promoted there. Was promoted there. Do you understand? But we are raising a bar. You want to be promoted, you have to make $20,000. You made $13,000. You're on probation. You want to raise the bar. For you to be in probation, you must at least make $15,000. Do you understand what we are doing? You understand? You can say, what we are saying is that you can set your condition, put your rule. How are you going to do that? You can guess what we're going to do. You can guess the first step. You are light, you select first. Then you do what? Go to conditional formatting. Then click on what? Manage rules. Then you click on the rules, select the rules, and click on edit rule. Like I told you, Excel by default, it uses the percentage, top 10, top 33.3%, and so on. We are using values. So we change it to number. Change the percent to number. So I say, Excel, display this green icon when the value is greater than or equal to what? 20,000. 20,000. It should be yellow when less than 20,000. How do you make it 20,000? Just click on this yellow icon. And this will change to when less than 20,000 and greater than or equal to what? 15,000. And it should be red. When what? Just click on this red icon. Less than 15,000. What we are saying is that you can also apply the conditional formatting and give you something. If you look at the values and it's okay by you, fine. But possibly, most likely you have your own condition. You have your own metrics. Just okay. Outside the village. So you can come here to go and set the rule. I will say show the icon only. We're not interested in what they got. We're interested in who is promoted, who is not promoted. So you can say show icon only. I can even reverse the icon. I mean, if it's depth, which one should be? Which one is a good depth? The lesser one. The lesser depth is good. I mean, they are repaying. They are paying. The person that has the least should be the. So that means I would prefer reverse icon. I would prefer a reverse. Do you understand? So it can be reverse icon can also be useful sometimes. But let's leave it at this. And let me click OK and click apply OK. If you look at it, what has happened? $20,000. Let's look for that $18. $18 is what? Is now in provision. $13 that was in provision before is now what? Is now the sack list. Do you understand? That's conditional formatting. Formatting based on what? Condition. Formatting automatically and selective. Do you understand? Okay, especially our online audience speaker, you can also make use of the chat box. Any question, especially those of us that we are places that we can already contribute, you can make use of the chat box. We need any clarification of anything. So let's move on. This time, let's move to the. I think I should add more. Sorry, you send everything to them, the files. Yes. Okay, so please open sorting and filtering. Let's move fast. We have a lot to do. That's what we are going to finish. Let's open sorting and filtering. You know, many of the big things, one of the problematic things in Excel are a combination of small things. So when you understand all these basics, many things will not be, or it's going to be now easy to understand the complicated aspects of Excel. When you understand these basic aspects, I can't really go to advanced ones you need to understand because a combination of all this.